Hey YouTube, Rook here from Rook Geek Goodness, my little channel web for all things geeky and cool. Welcome back to the channel, guys. Welcome back to a Funko review and unboxing video, and I'm doing something a little bit different. I'm going to be honoring, of course, the month of October, which is known as, of course, Halloween, and usually Halloween talks about horror-themed stuff, and I do have some horror stuff in my collection. I figured, why not go big, go right out the gate with probably two of the largest horror icons in pop culture, that being Jason Voorhees and, of course, Freddy Krueger. Now, I've done a video review of this guy before in a Funko Pop Battle against an 8-bit version of Freddy Krueger. Again, two of the biggest horror icons when it came to slasher movies. But I figured, you know what, because it is Halloween, or the month of October leading into Halloween, why not go old school with some older base pops? Again, this pop is pretty old, came out several years ago. Same thing with Freddy Krueger here. This one happens to be a Hot Topic limited edition pop. This is your standard common pop. So we're going to do a Funko breakdown like we normally do. And very first thing we do in a Funko breakdown version of a video, we look at the packaging and presentation. Again, your typical Funko design packaging for each of the characters. Let's first focus on Jason here before we look at Freddy. Again, this happens to be a exclusive version for Hot Topic, and this is the, what they call, I guess they call him the faker version of Jason, because he's wearing the blue overalls and the blue chevron based mask. That means, I think it might have been Friday the 13th, I think it was part 5, but don't swear on that. I could be wrong, let me know in the comment section. I think it was part 5 where he had the faker Jason. So let's look at the packaging first. We have Pop Movies here, Friday 13th, number 361 in that wave. A great window box design. Have we seen before for most pops? Great artwork right there. The all-important Hot Topic limited edition sticker. They usually don't do it like this nowadays. It would just say probably just Hot Topic exclusive. This is limited edition, and that's before they made changes to how the stickers looked. You have, of course, Jason Voorhees right here. This side of the packaging, what it looks like, we take the figure out. Of course, the words for Jason Voorhees, and the back of the packaging, which I think was the poster art for Friday 13th Part 5. I believe, again, correct me if I'm wrong in the comment section. Next, let's take a look, of course, at Freddy Krueger. This is your basic version of Freddy Krueger. You have Pop Movies again right there. Nightmare on Elm Street, pop number 2 in that wave. Again, great window box design for Freddy here. Nice shot of him right here with his hat and the green and red sweater. Does say Freddy Krueger on this side. Of course, a shot of what he looks like over here. Freddy Krueger on with the words, and the back of the packaging is the Nightmare on Elm Street Freddy Krueger. Let's get both pops back in the shot here, and we'll put them on the turntable so you can see him spinning in 360. Again, I'm not the biggest horror guy. I've said it before many times. Horror is not my thing. My wife likes horror a lot. I'm not a horror guy per se. I've seen a few horror movies here and there, and I know mainly about, of course, Jason and Freddy. She's more into the horror stuff than I am. But I know the traditional horror characters. I mean, I even have a pop of Chucky. I have an 8-bit version of Freddy Krueger. We have an 8-bit version of Jason as well. But I don't have a whole lot of horror pops. I want to get a lot more horror stuff so I can do more reviews this month. Of course, it is October for more spooky horror-based themes. And with that being said, guys, let's get these guys out of package and continue the breakdown segment. And continuing our spooky Halloween unboxing, we got our Jason Voorhees, the fake Jason, and of course Freddy Krueger out of packaging. Next thing we take pop out of packaging, we always look at the paint and articulation. Let's focus first on Jason Voorhees, take Freddy Krueger out of the shot, and first primarily work on him. Now, I could be incorrect on this, but let me know in the comment section below. I think what they did, basically they just reused the Michael Myers body here. It's the same sculpt with the same knife. They just lightened up his overalls and slapped an existing Jason head on him and just made the light blue chevron for the head, for the hockey mask. I think that's what they did here to save on cost and tooling. Smart idea for Funko to reuse stuff you already have. Great idea. Basically, people might not like that, but it's a smart money investment for Funko to basically build a new pop from existing parts. And people do this all the time. Let's look at that head sculpt. Again, you have the chevron here and here, the dirtier hockey mask. You have kind of the deformed head, the straps that go from the back and across the top. This is all styled in and paint and decoed in. You can't remove the hockey mask. You can't remove parts from Funko anyway. Articulation, head will spin 360 with no hindrance. I do like that. He's not a bobblehead, which is great. The nice little detail for the deco for the knife, the blade here. You can see blood on the knife. Again, I think this is Michael Myers' body just lightened up the overalls. You see the pockets right there. I think he did wear overalls in the Friday 13th movie. Again, correct me if I'm wrong. I still stand, I'm not a big horror guy, but I think that's what happened here. Let's put him on my turntable so you can spin him around 360 so you can see what's going on with this figure. I do like that you don't need a figure stand. This is more of an old school design buck for a Funko figure. I believe this thing came out in 2013 or 14. I could be wrong on the date. It's somewhere mid 2000 and between 13 and I think 15 is when this pop came out. Again, like what it's all about. It was a Hot Topic quote-unquote exclusive limited edition, so I do like what they did with this particular pop. Great design for Jason Voorhees, or the fake Jason. Let's bring Freddy Krueger back in here. Freddy looks good. This is your typical design for Freddy Krueger. Pop number 2, as I mentioned before. I love the hat. The hat looks really good. The burned face, the black eyes, the traditional green and red sweater that he normally always wears. The glove, his clawed glove, looks good right there. I wish it would have given a little more deco, a little more paint to it would have been nice. Making the blades a little bit more silver would have been nice as well. Again, this pop is very old as well. I think this is, again, 2013 to 2015 when this pop came out. Again, I could be wrong on the date. I believe that's when the time frame was. Head will spin 360, no hindrance, not a bobblehead. I do like that as well. Brown pants and brown shoes. Great looking, traditional, easy looking design for Freddy Krueger. This is what you expect Freddy to look like in a vinyl figure form. Great design, great deco. Again, I have an 8-bit version of this same pop. Great design for the 8-bit one. Great design for this Freddy pop as well. I see no problems with it. They've had multiple variations of Freddy pop that exist out there. This is your traditional horror version of Freddy. I do like what they did here. Funko nailed this version of Freddy Krueger. Great design, great deco, great implementation. Again, it is a blast from the past. Let's get them both in the shot again so you can see what they both look like. Again, great look from old slasher characters. I did want to, as I mentioned before at the beginning of the video, I wanted more of a Halloween horror-themed set of reviews for this particular month. And they are traditional old school characters. I do hope you like this video review. Definitely click the like button bottom of the page. It helps this video immensely. Click the all-important subscribe button, picture my face. When you subscribe, click the bell, comment over the latest videos. Of course, last but not least, you can click on this over here, and here to watch more of my content. Take care, guys. See you next video. And bye-bye.